Hi, welcome back. In this class, we'll look into tuple objects. Tuples are comma separated items enclosed in a parenthesis. They are a zero base indexed objects. They are sliceable and also they are nestable. Means tuples can have tuples as items, but they are immutable. Means we cannot change the contents. This is the big difference between tuples and lists. Lists are mutable and tuples are immutable. Okay, let us see some code examples. Let us create a tuple T and we have to use a parenthesis. Let us have just 3 items, 1, 2, 3. This is a tuple with 3 items, and if you see the type, it says a tuple, and we can access the contents of tuple by using the indexes. I can say t of 0 will give you the first item, that is 1, and also I can say t of 2 will give you the third item. The indexes starts from 0, just like any other objects like list and strings. The indexes starts with 0, and then we can also say t equal to t plus t, t plus t. We can create a bigger tuple, and now that tuple is having 12 having 9 items, and we can do slicing. The slicing is allowed on tuples. I can say t of 0 to, let us say, 4. That will give a slice of 4 items. And also I can say, let us say, 5 to 9. This is another set, another tuple. And also I can skip, I can say t of 7 colon, that will give to the end of the tuple 7. Let us say here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 starts from 7 and goes to the end of the tuple. That's why you got 3 to 3. And also if you want, we can say t of colon 7 means starts from the first item and goes up to 7, not including 7. And this we get starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but 2 is not included. The 7 is not included, up to 7. So that is about slicing. Next, let us say nesting of tuples. Let us say we have a tuple t1 equal to 1, 2 and 3. That is one tuple. Let us create another tuple t2. Let us say 4, 5, 6, some tuple. And that is t2. We can create a t3 equal to t1 and t2. t1 and t2. Let us see what we get. Let us see what is t3. It's a tuple with the 2 items. Each item is again a tuple. So that's why we say the tuples can be nested. Also, tuples are can have heterogeneous items, just like in list objects. We can have different types of items within a tuple. For example, let us say we have a tuple with 3 items, 1, 2 and 3. And also let us create a list L1 equal to like 10, 20 and 30. That is a list object, and we can create a tuple. Let us say capital T, a tuple with a few integer items, numerical items, and then we can throw a floating point number, and let us say add a string John, and also we can have a tuple within a tuple, and also we can have a list. Also we can throw a dictionary also in this one. For now, let us see. This is a tuple with 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 items, and let us create this one. And what is T now? T is a tuple with 3 integer numbers and one float, one string, one tuple, and one list. And if you see the length of this tuple, it will be 7, like 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 items. Next, let us see the immutability of tuples. Let us use this tuple T, and if you want to change, let us say T's of 0. If you want to make it to 10, that is not possible because the tuples are not mutable objects. So we got an error. We cannot change like that. But the thing is, suppose in this, for example, in this tuple we have, in this tuple we have some mutable objects. Which are mutable in this? A list object is a mutable. If you want, we can change, even though it's enclosed within a tuple, still we can change this. For example, we can, how to access this one? T's of what is the index of this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Zeros of 6. And if you want to access which one, let us say, let us make 2 to 20 as 200. I'll say 1. Index is 0 and 1. I'll say 1. We can set it to 200. This is possible because that list is a mutable object. Even though it is inside a tuple, we can change it. If we execute this one, and if we see T now, it's a 200 there. So a list object, which is a mutable object, can be modified within even though if it is in a tuple. Let us see one more example. What is the T1? T1 is 1, 2, 3, and let us say what is T2 is 4, 5, 6. Let us see what is the ID of T1. ID of T1 is some number. We can say T1 equal to T1 plus T2. We can do that. But the thing is, what is T1 now? Is a combination of is a total of 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. But T1 is the tuples are immutable objects. How come we changed this? We are able to change T1. If we see the ID of T1, it's a totally different ID, because the Python interpreter is creating a new object for this operation. T1 equal to T1 plus T2. It's creating a new object behind the scenes. Let us recap on immutability of tuples. We cannot do item assignment. We cannot change any item within a tuple because tuples are immutable objects. But we can, if there is any mutable object within a tuple, for example, here we have a list object, we can modify it. There's no problem, we can modify it. The other thing is, if you are doing an operation like this, t1 plus t2, we can do that. But the thing is, behind the scenes, it is creating a new object, t1. When you say t1 equal to t1 plus t2, behind the scene, it is creating a new object. Okay, that's all about tuples, some basics of tuples. We'll stop here. In the next class, we'll go into sets. Okay, thanks.